President Joe Biden took care of both business and security concerns on Sunday as he wrapped up a three-day trip to South Korea, first presenting Hyundai's pledge to invest at least $10 billion in the United States and later speaking among troops at a nearby military base. To monitor the rapidly developing North Korean nuclear threat, Biden's visit to the Osan Air Base, where thousands of U.S. and South Korean military personnel work side by side, was his last stop before he traveled to Japan. "You are the front line, right here in this room," the president said in a command center where maps of the Korean peninsula were projected onto screens on a wall. It was a day that brought together two key messages that Biden is trying to get across during his first trip to Asia. As president, in a time of high inflation and simmering discontent at home, stressed Biden to strengthen its global mission, the American economy, by convincing foreign companies such as Hyundai from taking up new businesses in the United States. And he wanted to demonstrate solidarity with nervous Asian allies who live in the shadow of North Korea's nuclear weapons, and the security obligations of the United States were skeptical about during the tenure of President Donald Trump. Earlier Sunday, Biden brushed aside questions about possible provocations by North Korea, such as testing a nuclear weapon or ballistic missile during his trip, saying, "We are prepared for anything North Korea does." When asked if he had a message for the country's leader, Kim Jong-un, Biden replied curtly, "Hello." Period. It was another sharp departure from Trump, who once said he was in love with Kim. Biden's first appearance that day was alongside Hyundai CEO Yoo Chung to highlight the company's expanded investments in the United States, including $5.5 billion for an electric vehicle and battery factory in Georgia. "Electric vehicles are good for our climate goals, but also good for jobs," said Biden. "And they're good for business." Chung also said his company will spend another $5 billion on artificial intelligence for autonomous vehicles and other technologies. The major U.S. investment by a South Korean company reflected how the countries are bringing their long-standing military ties to a broader economic partnership. Biden began his trip by touring a computer chip factory owned by Samsung, the Korean electronics giant that plans to build a $17 billion manufacturing facility in Texas. Biden has made greater economic cooperation with South Korea a priority, saying on Saturday, "It will bring our two countries even closer, work even more closely together than we already do, and help strengthen our supply chains, protect them from shocks, protect and give our economies a competitive edge."